Welcome back to another video. Today we are talking about lighting, because if your space looks like this, then it potentially just looks like dog shit. So if you want to look like a professional filmmaker, videographer, then you can turn this looking space into this, making it look professional, clean, and aesthetic. Now, in this video, I'll show you guys how to create 3 different lighting setups with professional lighting, natural lighting, and then maybe one key light, just to show you what you can actually do with lighting to make it the most cinematic masterpiece. Now, for those that don't know me, my name's Caleb Cronius. If you do not follow me on Instagram, here's my Instagram right here, @caleb.cronius. Now, I pretty much grew my social media and I've been doing documentaries for 6 years now. Since I was 16 years old, I was creating videos, making content. I always loved filmmaking. I always loved literally filming videos when I was 10 years old. So the power of lighting in film, in videos, is probably it is the most important thing. Because if you don't control lighting, then the whole mood's fucked, everything's fucked, it's all fucked. So make sure that your number one thing every time you film is making sure you got lighting correct. Now, in this shot right here, we've got a key light right in front of me, we've got a hairline light behind me, and we also got a backlight to create this fake sort of strike here. Now, the lighting I am using is the Amron 100XS. These are aperture lights. I literally bought them from Facebook Marketplace. I got 2 for $500, which is honestly a crazy bargain. Those lights are very good, especially if you're on a budget, you wanna save money. Those lights are amazing. I'll also give you a whole list on lighting to get. For example, you can get the Amazon ones for $80. I legit started with those lights. It's always good to just have lighting there no matter what, especially when you're doing paid shoots. It just looks more professional and you can just create better looking scenes. Now, I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like if I turn each sort of light off, just to show you the examples on how you can make your shit look way better. Because it is important that your content looks top notch, because if you have a certain aesthetic, a certain style, people will remember you for that. For example, everyone knows me as either the monochrome, dark aesthetic, warehouse, car, like the dark aesthetic pretty much. And I create that dark aesthetic simply through the lighting. I'm not gonna shoot a video in the midday thinking it's gonna suit my feed. No, it doesn't suit my feed, so I need to pick and choose when I can create content. Most of the time, obviously it is at nighttime because I'm going for that Batman look. So you wanna create your content as if you were a fucking movie character. You wanna do it for your clients. Make sure you've got the certain looks and lighting that your clients want, because this space is obviously not gonna be good if your client wants greenery, blue lights, and shit like that, because it's just fucking absolutely dark as hell. So let's go into the lighting. So as you can tell, it's black as fuck in here. But if I turn the key light on, then it lights my face very clear, and I don't know what else to put it. It's just clear, it looks nice, looks cinematic. So key lights are probably the most important thing with just creating anything and making it look cinematic. This light is all you really need, so make sure you have it, because pretty much lights, and you do want to light, half of your face. Always have the shadow side, have a lit side, because it just creates that cinematic look that we all see in our favorite movies. So now we go into the next light, which is the hairline light. As you can see, it lights the back of my head here, which just creates even more cinematic sort of texture into the shot. Now, one thing I want to be very clear on, not every sort of shot needs lighting like this, because some films you may have a natural light, some films you might have multiple lights, some you need like fucking shadow things. There's multiple things that comes into lighting. But then the last one that is pretty important, I love how Netflix uses this light, is always backlighting. So as you can see here, this light right here is my backlighting. Now, obviously if I had shelves, I could add in multiple lamps, or I could add in like a sort of tube light, things like that to make it more cinematic. But here's how I created this shot. And main thing I want you to remember is you can make any space look cinematic. I started in my fucking garage in Blacktown. I'll show you what the space looked like. This is all possible. You have to be creative. We are all creatives. That is how movies are made. That's how films are made. It is literally using your imagination to make anything look cinematic. If anything, the worse your place looks, the cooler. Because if you've made a fucking like a shit looking spot look very cinematic and cool, people are gonna be like, damn, like this guy is actually more creative than we thought. So you don't need a space like this. You don't need a massive studio. You can literally start with what you have, because I've done it myself. So I know that you can do it yourself, because I didn't have all this when I first started. So you can too. But let's go into the next bit of lighting, which is natural light. All right, so this is why we moved everything around. Just looks way more cinematic now, as you can obviously tell, but we are still using 2 lights. And the reason why I want to show you, the reason I'm using 2 lights is because you can turn this shot, the one where you're watching right now, it can still look the exact same. So I'll turn off these lights now and I'll use the natural lighting and show you the difference on how you can make it look pretty similar with lighting and without lighting, because I know all of you don't have lighting. So let me show you in this example, right? So turn off this light here and this light here. Now the reason why I turn on these 2 lights is simply to show you where you sort of want the light coming in. Now I'm going to show you a couple of examples of past documentaries I've done. For example, the Africa documentary. As you can see here, we went to Africa with no lighting whatsoever, but we turned this space into a cinematic shot with the natural lighting we had. Using the window on the side as a key light, and then the back of the place was lit up through the windows and the doors on the side. So pretty much the same concept as you're watching right now in this room. We had the 2 lighting, one behind, one in front. If we don't have this lighting now, and we have to move it out of the way to use natural light, then it should look very cinematic and still the same as you can see right here. Oh shit, that actually looks clean. But as you can tell, we had to change the room around. We had to move things. It is very important to make sure you try to move things around in the space. Like, look how fucking dirty this place is. But the reason for that is because then you can make it look like this. It looks cinematic, looks clean, as you can tell when I look at this camera here. It is so important when you're trying to film things to focus on the lighting. Lighting is the most important fucking thing. So like I said before, I'm using the window on the right of me because you always want to have a dark shadow and the bright shadow, or sorry, it's not even a fucking shadow. You want a bright side and a dark side of your face. It just looks cinematic as fuck. And another important thing is the angle of how you shoot the image. As you can tell, this image is very zoomed up. I'm pretty sure it's at 50 to 60 millimeters, which is very important to understand how you frame things as well. Just makes it more cinematic, right? So this framing right here, put a plant in the background, got the white wall reflecting, got the black in the back. What more is there to say besides this looks fucking clean, bro? Shit. Because imagine I'm sitting like this, right? And it's an intense scene. This video is for you to understand how lighting works, because not everyone does. Man, see that, boy? Bit of fucking music, the lighting make that shit look cinematic. Have this top light. Oh, fuck. Fuck, looks pretty good still. Hold up. Now look how shit looks. It doesn't look too bad, but it does look pretty shit. Like it's not as cinematic now, as you can sort of tell. So don't use top lighting, all right? Turn that shit off. Looks way cleaner. Bro, this is actually fucking cooked. That actually looks bad. It actually looks bad. Yeah, that does look bad.
It casts shadows over your eyes.
Yeah, look how fucking, as you can see here. Oh, look how dark it is under here. Or maybe that's just no sleep. All right, so this is the setup we're going for. As you can see here, we've got the 2 Amron lights here. We've got this bad boy, which I'll fucking show you real quick, because as you can see, there is like a fake curtain vibe. That's what the curtain looks like. That's what it looks like without the light. And then when you slide it in, that's what it looks like with. Pretty fucking tough if you ask me. But this is the last shot we got here. Super cinematic, looks clean, looks nice, looks like a bedroom vibe, you know what I'm saying? And you don't need a crazy wall like this. Obviously, you can literally do it with whatever wall you have at home. So if you like this setup, remember, all you need is 2 lights. Personally, to make this even cooler, I would have a lamp behind me, like just on the left here, but I don't have a lamp, unfortunately. But if I were to put one there, it would make the space look fucking cleaner. Obviously, it's got a plant from next door, and bang, you can make a dope looking sort of space. So this is the 3rd style of lighting you can do to make it look clean, crispy, and shit like that. So there you go. Hopefully you've learned something from someone that's got a very low IQ. As you can tell, I like to explain things in the most dumbest way, because personally myself, I'm not the smartest motherfucker. I'm actually pretty retarded, but I know how things work, and that's the main thing. You don't have to know the terminology. There's a lot of guys out there that would probably be watching this video and be like, bro, you don't even know how to explain shit, but that's okay. As long as I show you what to do. That's the main thing, because I get paid thousands of dollars simply because I just know the craft and I know the art of it. You don't need to know the specific fucking terminology and shit. If you want to know, go look it up. Personally, I'm not the motherfucker to tell you the terminology of fucking every single detail. But like I said, I know how to make things look cool, and that's all that matters. If you can make shit look cool, you will start making money as a content creator, as a filmmaker, as a videographer. It is so important that you focus on getting better at lighting, creating cool lighting, making things look so different, spicing it up, just be creative. Now, obviously, I've been on some commercial shoots in LA and shit before. These guys obviously are way further ahead than me, and I'm always trying to learn to get better. Obviously, there's ways you can light things with curtains, shadows, and shit like that, which I really do want to keep learning more about because I know how to do it, I just don't know how to explain it. Even this video, I find it very hard to explain, but as long as you guys sort of understand how to do it or just watch and do, then do so. So if you're someone with an iPhone or a camera and you're trying to make money as a content creator, videographer, or filmmaker, then click the link below to book in a call with my team to see if you would qualify to join Travelpreneur University, where there's a whole community of people that want to succeed, a bunch of killers. There's some guys making $140,000 to $50,000 a month. I've also had guys make 18K in 2 weeks, 10K in 4 weeks. It's pretty much a whole course on how you can become a full-time content creator, filmmaker, and videographer. Doesn't matter if you have experience or if you do have experience, either two we take on with Inside Travelpreneur. It is probably the best community in Sydney, Australia, and soon to be the world. Honestly, it's just fucking motivating being within a community, also learning all the techniques and skills you have to know, because obviously this fucking video right here is just lighting. Imagine what we go into when it comes to sales and pitching and pitch decks and invoicing and every little detail that will get you more money in the door. Because at the end of the day, you don't need fucking brains for Travelpreneur. I accept people that just have hunger and the want to be the best. That's all I give a fuck about. If anyone has been mentored to me, they'll tell you that I'll give you a whole different mindset when it comes to confidence and how you move. Me, I like to call it becoming a walking Lamborghini. And that's what Travelpreneur is. It is freedom, it is financial freedom, it is living the fucking life that you know you deserve, that you've always wanted to live, and you can do it within fucking 4 to 8 weeks. And I'm not even being dramatic. You can literally change your life within 4 to 8 weeks inside Travelpreneur University. So if you want to get started, click the link below. This is how to light your content. If you want to make your content look more professional, more cinematic, and you want to learn, if you don't actually understand if you want to understand in the most simple fucking terms, then keep watching my videos, because I don't go into the nitty gritty side of things because I don't understand how to fucking even explain that. So I'll explain without using a fucking teleprompter and all that shit. I'll just explain to you what I know, how I know it, and why it's good and why it's not good. That is as simple as that. This is Travelpreneur University. My name's Caleb Cronius. Please subscribe if you haven't already. This is how you light your footage.